Welcome back to Coco Caliente. This is a mother and daughter production where we talk about everything and nothing all at the same time. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Jenny.
You guys, we've been gone for 2 weeks, and it really wasn't planned, but then it just kind of happened, and I think we needed a break.
Yeah, and that 2 weeks flew by. I hope it flew by for all of you guys, too. But it, really flew by.
Why do you hope it flew by for them, too? Because you don't want them to miss us.
Because I don't want them to miss us. I hope you didn't miss us.
I hope you did miss us.
Well, I want them to miss us, but not like, oh gosh, what are they doing to me? Then I'll feel guilty.
People don't love us that much. Jeez Louise.
I don't want to feel guilty.
Anyways, though, we are happy to be back, and it's weird. You stop doing something for a little bit, and you kind of just forget how to do it. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, and it literally was not, I don't know, it does not feel like 2 weeks. And like she said, it did just happen. The second week it came by and I said, Nicole, we have to put out an episode tomorrow. And she's like, we're taking 2 week break. But you were off social media last week anyways.
Yeah, it was so nice.
So I figured you were off. So that just went with it too, because.
Well, it started to get a lot with Victor being gone so much. And my mom was basically there all the time helping. And I was trying to do everything that Victor does, plus what I do, and plus more, because the boutique stuff we have coming up is bigger than what we usually have. So it was just a lot at one time. And so it was just really nice to get a social media break. And when I logged back onto Instagram after a week, it was man, I really did not miss it, but it's my job. So, I miss it in a certain way, but not. I think I could have easily took a month off and then I would have missed it.
Yeah. And she was especially feisty about because she wasn't hardly on her phone, and she's noticed more when I'm on my phone. So she was on me all the time. And I'm like, Nicole, I'm not on social media. I am on looking up news articles. That's where I read I actually subscribe to our local newspaper online instead. I said, that's where I'm reading the newspaper. I'm answering texts. I'm checking my email. I do a grocery. I look at grocery prices. I was trying to, which I want to see if any of you guys do that. I downloaded that new app Fetch because I seen somebody on my Facebook. So I was on Facebook timeline.
You're on Facebook all the time.
Said that they got a $50 gift card for using Fetch for free. And and I'm like, I get a lot of stuff from Amazon. And I get a lot of stuff from Walmart. I want to see how it works. So I downloaded it, but I don't quite understand it yet.
Is it a scam?
No, it's not a scam. It's like a little dog. And it's called Fetch, but you're supposed to hook up your
I would not do that.
Your
sounds like a scam.
Walmart and your Amazon, so they can see. That way you don't have to scan all your receipts. It's you can just scan your receipts on it if you want. But since I do online grocery, I want to just hook my Walmart up to it. And I have tried and tried. I'm still unsuccessful. So I do that. I do a lot of stuff on my phone.
She spent the night a couple times, and I look over and we're supposed to be watching a movie together, and she's just flipping through her phone. So it annoyed me. Mom, put your phone down. And she complains about not being able to sleep. It's because she's staring at her phone. I do look at a lot of different things. Dave does the same thing to me. He can be on his iPad and he'll be looking whatever. And the minute I am on my phone, everybody notices. Everybody, they're see what she's doing. And I have to literally turn it around and show them that I'm on email or show them I'm on normal stuff. Because I don't know what they think I do. I literally don't know what they think I do on Facebook. They think I'm swiping right and left on some dating apps. I don't know, but no, I guess it was just because I was off, so I just wanted. I don't know. I don't really hang with anybody else, so just wanted to talk, Mother.
You were watching movies, and she picks movies she likes series. So sometimes I'm so far behind in them that I can't catch up. And then
we started the Disney movie Coco, and she had never seen it before, and I told her, okay, we'll pick one you never saw before. And I look over and 5 minutes in and she's on her phone. And I said, all right, if you're not going to watch this movie, I've already seen it. I'm going to change it. And then she put her phone down.
Then I watched it. But when she does watch a series, I will grab my phone. Or when Dave picks the show.
You know what I got addicted to this last month was The Mindy Project. It's really good.
And I don't know anything about that, but she did put that on a couple times when I was there. And I'd ask her questions, and I mean, who wants to get asked questions the whole time they're watching a show? So then I was like, I'll just do something on my phone.
Okay, you're making me sound rude. I only throw that on if I know that you're so far gone with your phone that there's just no coming back at that point. And I just like, okay, I'm not going to worry about you anymore.
She's not rude because she
myself.
always does ask me. She hands me the remote constantly. Every single day she hands me the remote. And I'm so used to Dave picking the stuff that to watch unless there's something I have set in my mind that I'm watching at a certain time. I really don't care most of the time. And so I'm used to Arrow telling me what he wants to watch. And I'm used to Dave picking the shows because I can handle his shows more than he can handle my shows. Like he'll say, what are these about? So then I'll hand it to Nicole and I'm like, you can just pick them. You just pick it. I don't care.
No,
I don't care.
But she does care though.
I don't really care.
You're picky. Unless it's a Lifetime movie. You've already seen it, first off. Second off, if it's not a Lifetime movie, that one movie where they're locked up in that white room, you totally checked out, whatever it was called, that couple that got locked in the white room. We picked that together, and I went through like several apps to find one that you wanted to watch. And then you were just checked out after 30 minutes.
That's why I pick movies that I already watched before. Then I don't have to watch them. That's how I watch. When I do pick something, if Dave falls asleep or if he says he doesn't want to watch anything, I will pick some stuff that I already watched. And then I can just like look up at the funny parts and laugh. Like I made her watch House Bunny. I made her watch House Bunny one day last week. And I'm like, hey, I haven't saw this one in like 6 or 7 years. It's been a while, it seems like.
Probably 15.
So anyway, I picked that one because then I can just remember and laugh at the funny parts. And then if I don't feel like listening or if I feel like closing my eyes watching, closing my eyes, I can. So I do pick a lot of movies that I've already watched.
We're so different because I hate rewatching a movie twice. Like I avoid it to all costs. There is one movie that I could Dad really?
It's going right into the headphones.
What? His ice machine?
Yes.
Anyways, I don't like to watch a movie twice. There's one movie that I do want to. What are you doing, Dad? Quit staring me down.
He needs more ice.
Okay, hold on. Let him just get ice, everybody.
He needs more ice, and we stopped him.
Dad, we sent you to the room with your iPad. What are you doing down here? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, but what's that one?
You avoid.
Yeah, but there's this one movie that I loved. Gosh, I got to remember the name. It's like The Woman King. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever even seen that.
I could watch that one again and again. And Wednesday, I could rewatch Wednesday, that series. I like it's weird. Like I don't like certain movies twice because I don't want to go through the sad parts more than once, or like the parts where they're down in the dumps. And those two, I feel like I could handle like watching again.
And I can watch one movie. I have watched this movie at least 20 full times, and it is like a 3-hour plus movie, Shawshank Redemption. I literally have watched, and I can watch almost all Morgan Freeman movies over and over again. I can watch Love or oh my gosh, what is it called? Notebook. I can watch The Notebook, and I can watch. Oh, there's some other movies with a lot of the Matthew McConaughey movies, and a lot of the who The Notebook is by.
Rachel McAdams.
No, the
movies. Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, I can watch a lot of those movies over and over again too. So I actually like it. Well, we just said I watch a lot of movies over, but I mean those ones I can consistently watch over and over. And what's those other Taken? Like I
can watch those. I can watch action movies over and over, kind of.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Liam Neeson, or however we say his name, I really like him.
But I had to have liked. But I had to have liked it the first time. If I didn't like it the first time, then I definitely don't want to watch it over. I can only watch movies that I really liked the first time. And I think a lot of movies were way better way back then. Even though now when I watch them, I'm like, oh my god, this was the best movie. And then you watch some of the coloring on it and the that kind of stuff, and it's a little bit hard because it's, so old or dated or whatever. But as far as the movies are really good. I don't know.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird about me, that I don't like to rewatch stuff at all.
Yeah.
But Anyways, I don't even
Sometimes I have to start a movie to even remember because I don't remember the names of them if I watched it before. And then I'll be like literally 20 minutes deep because I didn't watch it. I watched it off and then I'll be like, oh, I saw this. I know what happens at the end. Turn it, Dave, because then I'll know it wasn't a very good one.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why I missed half of it.
That does happen often with us, me and you too.
Yeah.
You'll be way in it.
Because I didn't love it and I didn't watch it good. Yeah. Anyways, so I guess we'll kind of go backwards. So on Friday, Victor graduated, so he's kind of back home now, right?
Yeah, so he's now part of the Marine Services dive team for the Michigan State Police, and his schedule changed. So basically, he can go out. He's kind of like on call, I think, all the time. So he can go out and what they were saying was like during a birthday party or, Christmas or something, you can get called out. Like there's no guaranteed on that stuff. So that's kind of like hard, but it's totally like fine because his schedule right now is 4 days a week, 4 10s, and he gets every weekend off unless like an incident happens. So that's really cool. He's actually just home for tonight's Monday, and then he's gone, for work for, I think like a while again, and then we're going to Florida, so then we'll meet back up on Mother's Day, I think. But
before Mother's Day.
Yeah, the day before Mother's Day. But yeah, so I'm really proud of him. He basically what he does is he's going to be recovering like evidence or missing people or that type of thing. There's a lot of bodies of water in Michigan, so I think that unfortunately he stays pretty busy, but it's a 5-year commitment and he like really loves diving. So he was like a certified scuba diver previously. So this is totally like up his alley. And I think everyone in this job really likes it because there's not a lot of turnover. A lot of people just retired and I think they haven't had a dive school in 10 years. So that's like a really long time. So yeah, and
I think Victor likes challenges and new things. So like every dive will be a new thing. It's never going to be like just going on the road and the same thing. Yeah. Somebody speeding is going to be every different thing is going to be something different. So I honestly think he's really, really going to enjoy it. We went down to his graduation in Lansing on Friday morning, and Dave really likes them. They're kind of cool because this is only the second one. Of course, I went to his first one. And then this one, but Dave they make some the cars are called blue diamonds, and they make these blue diamond vehicles with all the action and like a lot of music and stuff. And so we always get to watch one of those videos. So we got to do that again. And then this time they had a lot of, what are those called? Like different vehicles that you see, like the boats that they use and
because he's part of the special teams unit, or whatever special team. So like the bomb squad I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, so they were all like, just I don't even know what those
like the tanks are.
Yeah, tanks and stuff like that,
and like bulletproof and all that, and then boats and all the special teams. So what else is there? Like emergency services team.
Like what was so anyways, he the night before the graduation, he sent a picture and he's like, you guys are really going to like this. You guys, this is your transportation. And he sent the picture
You got to put a picture of this on Facebook for people. People told me we got to be better at that because they're interested in seeing what we're talking about.
Okay, so what is that thing called? Was that like a tank?
I'd call it a tank because I don't know any better.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like sometimes you see them on movies where all the people in the service like jump in the back of them.
Out.
Yeah, and they all like just got two big benches on each side, and it's kind of like steel or whatever. And he sent a picture of this, and he said, "This is what you guys are going to go."
It's bulletproof, and it drives through buildings. That's all I know. He told me that.
So, and then he goes, "This is what you're going to go to ceremonies or the ceremony, and like you park your car in the parking lot, and we're going to pick you up in that." So I didn't say like later on. I heard him talking to Nicole. Because everybody talks on speaker, I swear, in my family, like when we're just all together, and he's talking and he's like, you guys didn't even get excited about the vehicle. Like, I'm so excited. And Nicole said something, and then Dave's like, I didn't even see it. I had a busy day. So he hadn't even looked at the group. It's in the group text. And he's like, I didn't even look at it. I said, I saw it. I said, I've been having anxiety since I seen it. I'm wondering how I'm going to get up in the back of it.
Yeah.
And then that did prove to be a challenge, did it not?
Yeah, it was honestly kind of hard to get into even I was holding arrow, and it was Interesting. I mean, it
So
was
I
really
watched
cool,
the first,
but-
when we got there, we got there at the same time quite a few other groups got there. We actually got there quite early, 40 minutes early. And so we let the first group go in it. So I kind of watched what they did. And they did pull out this round, it looked like a round laundry basket, but thank goodness it was a lot tougher than
Mom,
that.
it was it was a stool on wheels. It was a stepping
Yeah, but it was round
stool.
like that.
But it wasn't a laundry.
It made out of
Mom.
plastic.
No, it's a step stool.
Well, I know
for
it's
that.
I know it is a stool.
But it is a circular stool.
Yeah, I don't mean it's like I said. Thank gosh, it's not weak like that. So I just
You said
seen
it's
it from
a little
afar.
stronger, I think.
So I seen from it's a lot stronger, but I seen it from far away, and I was like, oh gosh, because it had I was hoping for a ladder, where you can hang onto a rail. But so I was just like, oh my goodness. So I went over there. Plus we have dresses on, and I get over there and you went first, right? And then they're like, duck so you don't hit your head. And I wasn't even worried about that part. I was worried about getting up. So I had to step up onto a round stool, then onto, what did I go onto next? A step and then that? Or
No,
right to
just
the
right to it.
It actually was kind of hard for me, but I was laughing. I mean, I handled it fine.
You did, and it was raining on the way out. You did really good. It was hard, but I don't want you people thinking that they pulled out a laundry basket for you to step on.
No, it just was round. I never seen a step stool like that before. I didn't know that still was a step stool. It's on wheels, you said?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. I just felt like I was a little bit, maybe that's why I felt like it was a little wobbly for me. Because I'm not light or anything. And I was like, oh gosh, what do I have to step on to get into here? But they're laughing. And so they're really nice. They're both hang onto your hands and help you up and I'm like, I just wanted to grab the rail. It's the vehicle itself by the handle because I know how I am. I said, I have a bad foot and bad knee. So anyways, I got up there and then Dave helped me down. And then we had to do it again when we left the ceremony. And I had to turn all the way in a circle and Dave embarrasses me in front of it. He goes, oh, you want to dance with me up there? I'm like, no, I'm trying to get so I can grab the right handle. But it was actually really cool inside.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really cool to ride in.
I thought it was really cool. Arrow thought it was really cool. He called it a tractor.
Yeah, it was. Well, Dave was really excited about it too. And yeah, but anyway, so they had a lot of neat things. So it was quite funny. That was one of the funny moments of the graduation, just because when I seen it, I was like, oh, in the picture. And then it proved to me to be a little bit of a challenge for me. And, I don't know.
Yeah.
What, you got anything else to say about the graduation? Arrow, we got there for, like I said, 40 minutes early. Everybody came up to him. He wore his Michigan State Police sweater that somebody in town here made for him. And anyways, he was shy, quiet, perfect, the entire time. And then what happened?
When the ceremony started, and it was only 25, 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden he wanted to be restless, and he was yelling boob out loud and crying if I wasn't going to give it to him. He wanted to move the chairs.
Yeah, he knew the chairs made noise because they put down the folding chairs. So they were making noise on the floor. And as soon as he knew the noise was making, he'd want to push the chair.
Get up with him actually and go to the back for a little while. And then he was saying, I want to sit. I want to sit. So I was kind of happy that it was quick because for me as a mom right now of a 21-month-old, I don't get to... when I'm at something like that, I'm not even listening or present, right? I'm just I'm there to support my husband. So I think Victor sometimes has a hard time understanding that because he was kind of why aren't you excited? And I mean, I'm excited for you and everything. It's just, we drove 2.5 hours for me to wrestle Arrow 30 minutes, and I'm I get embarrassed about him screaming boob and stuff. So for me, it's just it's work, right? But I'm there to support my husband, but I couldn't tell you really what anybody said.
And hopefully they didn't know. Because he doesn't say boob, he says buoy, buoy. So hopefully nobody knew what he was saying, but he was trying to he's been doing good. The weirdest thing about that is we had him the last couple weeks barely nursing during the day again because she was trying, to get that done. And but then his teeth started acting up again. So then as soon as he's in mouth pain, that's what he wants to do because he doesn't really want to eat because it hurts. So
so now he started back up the last couple days heavy. So that kind of stinks.
But and we both take him. Dave sat right next to Nicole, would take him, then I would, but he doesn't. When he's in that, which I mean, anybody that has a child that age knows, when he's in that thing, he wants to lap jump. He doesn't want to sit with anybody. There's for more than.
That's basically how I know it would go at church. So.
Well, it kind of did.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to go to church yesterday, and then after that happened on Friday, I was just kind of like, I am not going to do that, because plus it doesn't start till 10:30, and that was a problem too. It was like during his lunch and nap time victory ceremony. It started at 11, and so that's like a hard time for him to sit still.
And it was interesting. So I mean, I
know I really wanted to listen to everything.
Yeah, but it just, I mean, he wasn't that. It
no,
wasn't that bad.
But I just like, you're not really, when you're, even if he's not screaming, you're just like anticipating what you're going to do next. Mom's
he was very wiggly. He definitely was not. There was no sitting whatsoever. He was extremely, extremely wiggly during it. There was only him and one other little boy who's a year older. So of course he behaved better, but he actually, his mom actually said that he was wanting to move the chairs a little bit and stuff too. So it's just the age, that's just how it is. But anyways, it was a really nice ceremony. I'm proud of him. And then we went to dinner. Yeah. We, at Lucky's on the way home, and that was good.
Yep.
And then we had to rush home because we.
I got to talk about this.
And we made plans like the night before. I got an email, and when I was checking my email, I got an email from this place in Lexington that you can go to like shows. It's like a small what do you
theater? I'd call it.
Yes, it's like really small, and it's just I've enjoyed when I did go there, and so they had a. What was it called?
Mystery murder dinner.
Mystery murder dinner. So I told Nicole about it, and she's like,
yeah, let's do it.
Let's sign up. I said, okay, we need a team of 6. So we signed up for it, and it was at 6:00.
You could pick 6 or 8, and so I obviously picked 6.
Well, yeah, because we wouldn't got home till really late if we went.
Oh, yeah, I can't stay up that late.
So we picked 6:00. So we probably did not get home until
9:30. Wasn't that bad?
No, I'm talking about from the graduation.
Oh, yeah.
We got home at 4?
We had like an hour to spare.
An hour, and that's it. We had to hurry, and we had an hour to get dressed and get ready and then be back on the road because it was 40 minutes again to get there. So anyways, right on the way there, I get a text from him. Excited to see you at the mystery show. It's like Clue was the theme, like the board game Clue, and it said come dressed as your favorite
Clue character
or make up one of your own. I was like, oh gosh, because we just signed up the day before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people knew that they got to dress up.
They're going to be prepared.
We are not. I don't want to dress up. I already had picked out these new capri jeans I got and this new sweatshirt I got, and I was excited because I thought I wanted to wear that, and I was like. And it says, well, be careful because this isn't a sitting experience. You'll be going to be moving around, could be crawling, whatever. So we're like, oh gosh. So anyways, I came home, and the only thing I wanted to do when we got back from Lansing was take a nap. So I went upstairs to look in my closet, and I just sat on my bed and I laid back. Dave comes in there and he's like, we have to leave in 30 minutes. You cannot do that. And so anyways, I just went and got ready. remembered for Nicole's, when we were going to go to Turks and Caicos, I bought a long red dress. I'm like, I'll be Miss Scarlet. So I got this long red dress from my neck to my feet. And then I found what's the thing I put in my hair?
Like a feather?
Yeah, a feather thing that I had from something. Got some jewelry on. I found a fur cloak. Mm-hmm. And then I got Dave all dressed up. And
so she texts me and she's like...
And a candlestick. I brought a candlestick.
She's like, she texts me and she's like, I'm going to dress up as Miss Scarlet. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, she's probably wearing like a red shirt and, something like kind of Miss Scarlet. So I'm like, all right. So I just put on like a green dress, a green blazer, some boots. And I'm like, I guess I'm Mr. Green. I don't know. So then when she walks into my house, which my Aunt Tiffy was babysitting Arrow for us, when she walked in, it was like hilarious because she looked so much like Miss Scarlet. I couldn't even believe that she just pulled that together without any planning. It is so funny, and my aunts have had a big smirk, and my mom's
They're like, where'd you get that from? I'm like, never wore it before, but I got this. So I was just...
My dad was in like a blazer, a velvet red blazer, and
a hat.
A top hat, and a flowered button-down shirt. So funny. So then we got Vic dressed up, and we were... Also on our team was my friend Nicole and her husband Brian, who love games and stuff. They were going to come play game night, but then we decided to do this instead. And anyways.
So it was, and I said, Nicole, grab a candlestick or a rope.
Yeah,
you got
she's
something
like, you got to bring something for your weapon. So I'm like, okay, I'll bring this candlestick.
So anyways, I was like, oh, we're all like, whatever. So we leave and then Victor forgot his phone. So we had to turn around, which that only was probably a 5-minute thing. But so we got there like literally the exact time that you had to go sit in these theater seats for her to explain the game, because me and Nicole made it in time and the guys were...
Everyone else was seated. We walk in. We're like, where's the mystery murder dinner? Because I don't know where I'm going. I've like never been here before. They're like, this way. So we walk into this theater. Everyone's seated in teams. The person running it is up on stage and she's like, do you guys need a team? And I said, no, we have a team of 6. It's us 2 and we have 4 more. And she's like, okay, tell them we're about to start in 2 minutes. Well, anyways, Mom and I were walking and carrying our candlesticks. Mom's looking like Miss Scarlet. There's not one person dressed up.
Oh my gosh, so embarrassing.
They're just wearing flannels and jeans or sweatshirts.
And you have to go through the tavern because it's hooked like to that in the front. So I go into it and everybody's just looking. I was like, oh my gosh.
Maybe that one guy, that's why he said to you that about that girl in the wedding dress. He said that the girl in the wedding dress is part of the murder mystery to my mom, but I think he thinks you were part of the wedding as well.
I don't know what was going on, because when we were out there was a bride and a groom getting wedding pictures taken, because it's Lexington's like pretty and there's like cool buildings, and they were outside with a clear umbrella and the photographer was taking pictures. I'm like, oh, there's a wedding. And so when I walked in, he goes, oh yeah, you're part of that. There, the girl in the wedding dress is right there. And I said, no, I think she's getting married. I was like, but we were like late, so I was just trying to rush through there. Yeah.
Like, and then when we walk in, everyone's just turning around, staring at us. Me and Mom set our candlesticks down on the table, and then I'm like, Victor, you guys have to hurry up. So then finally, I'm like, they're going to start without you. And so they walked in like with 20 seconds spare, and then we got started. But so then our team name was Miss Scarlet's Crew.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny, and we all had a really, really good time.
Yeah,
and it was a little. I don't know if we're just smart, but I felt like it was a little bit easy.
Too easy, yeah. So what it was really cool because it was this really nice like Airbnb that we found out too, that it's like this really cool Airbnb in the area, and so it's like the mansion, and so each room.
And it's it's like you go up these steps. It's like a really cool, actually. Yeah. Somebody needs to check that out if they live in the area.
It sleeps 10 people, I think it said. But so then they made each room like a crime scene, and you got 5 minutes in each room. So basically most of the time we were done after each room in 2 minutes. But the weirdest thing is like you can see other teams like in the kitchen while you're in the dining room. So they can be like watching you and where you see clues and stuff. So it's like a different strategy as well. But
I could see them too, and I did not see anything that they did. So I mean,
because you're so focused, I think, on yourself, right? But
yeah.
When we finished early, we kind of spied. I did, but I don't think it really helped
didn't.
much.
I didn't.
I was just like looking around, like observing.
Oh, I didn't. I did not look. I mean, I looked around, but I didn't I looked around to say, oh, we're all done and everybody's still working. But anyways, how many was there? 7.
At least 7 rooms.
Teams.
Oh, no, there was 9 teams.
9 teams, so then there's 9 rooms. It must be 9 rooms. So, anyways, 9 teams, and I think 3 or 4 figured it out.
Yeah.
Half of the teams actually figured it out. So, I think if they would have, because honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. They said 5 minutes in each room, and I think we were in each room at least 8 minutes because by the time the buzzer went off and she switched you, because there's no way we got the clues in 2 minutes and stood there for 3.
Yes, we did. A lot of times we did.
That's crazy. It seemed like it was a lot longer than that, but it was a lot of fun. If anybody gets a chance to do it once, I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
And actually, the girl, Nicole's friend that went with us, Nicole wants to put one on, and
they do
I think
it for
it'd be
like
fun.
private parties, so that's cool. And they have like a couple other ones that they do. But I thought that was really smart because in this area we really don't have a lot of stuff like that. And so it was definitely like something fun to do and exciting. That was my exciting thing of the month.
And actually, without 6 people, I mean, I don't know if we would have got the clues. Every one of our minds think different. Every single one of us like are totally different in our mind. And there were certain things that each person
Contributed.
Like sometimes I didn't have to do anything at the spots. And there's sometimes I'm sure other people didn't have to do anything. So, because the thing it did tell you, which I think this is what made it too easy. It told you how many clues were in each room.
Yes.
If it didn't tell you how many clues were in each room, I think you would have spent the whole 5 minutes looking for other things. That's what the part. Because once you found, if it just said there was only one that said one, right?
Yeah. Then you just were like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, then you're done. Oh, well, I found something, so I'm done. But otherwise, I think that's what they did send me a letter to like put a review. I'm going to tell them that. I'm just going to see if unless
that might have been really hard.
Unless this was just a real smart group of people too. Because I'm going to ask for. They asked for like advice.
Some stuff was kind of like tricky. It wasn't like a cakewalk. I mean, there was 4 teams or 5 teams that didn't get it for sure. So it was just for us. I think we've done so many escape rooms that it was easy compared to an escape room. Don't you think?
Yeah, and actually the first 2 rooms I thought were kind of hard because I think it was just starting off. But then it seemed like they got easier each time that we moved. But it was so well put together because it had like a whole book with laminated of like the clue thing with all the suspects and how they had to do with each thing, and then like different evidence things that you had to look through. So if you didn't read some of the lines in the book, you might not have noticed some things, if you didn't pay attention to that. And then you had to cross off like each person. And it actually was like really like you had to measure the footprints if you saw footprints and figure out who. I don't even know how to do that because Nicole did that the whole time. Do you? Mm-mm. So, I mean, she got like whenever there was a footprint, she figured that part out. So that's what I'm saying. We each had our own. But if me and Dave went in there, I don't know if we would have solved it. I don't know. We'd have probably needed the whole 5 minutes every single time.
For sure.
Like, because the only time we missed a clue was in the bathroom, and that was our second room. And we missed that clue. And at the end of the thing, you could take your team captain and send him to roll a die. And then whoever got the highest got to pick which room they wanted to go in first, and the second highest. And you can visit one room for 5 minutes. And I sent Dave to roll it, and he got a 5. And the team that got a 6 didn't need to go into a room.
Cocky.
And then 5, well, we almost did it. We
just missed one clue and we could not figure it out. But then we did figure it out, which we made an educated guess and we were right anyway. So had we not had the 5 minutes, Mom figured it out and we would have been fine.
I figured it out from inside while Dave and they all went to watch him roll. And me and Nicole, the other Nicole, stayed back, and I figured it out from the book that that the hammer was in that room, that it wasn't battery acid because the battery acid was a color and this was in a locked case that shook and it was heavy. So I had figured it out like before that, but we still went in the room because we did get the 5 minutes. So anyways, it was fun. And then we went down afterwards and it was a buffet dinner, and we ate dinner. And then what you win, anybody that got it right got a drink ticket. I think the only other thing that I think would have been really cool.
Yeah, that's BS because I don't drink. They needed to have another prize.
The only other thing I think that would have been really cool that I was going to say for advice is to have some kind of a thing to take pictures. Like the whole place was cool, so there was a lot of place to take pictures. True. But actually have a setup like whatever the thing is, and then snap the group pictures. Just because with like a sign or anything like that.
A little Polaroid would have been cute. Yeah, just
like they like to do something that would have been the only.
Especially for Miss Scarlett, who got all dressed up.
Oh my gosh. And then I looked at the pictures, and I will not post one for you unless I put some writing, I look horrible. I'm like, Nicole, send me the picture. Send me the picture. She sends the picture, and I was like, oh my God, I look horrible. I mean, it was just
the one part of the picture you don't like. We'll just put something over it.
And that's the stomach part. Oh, I was like, oh my goodness, what was I thinking wearing that kind of dress?
No, you looked good.
Nicole.
You
No,
did.
no, I did not.
I'm not saying that the picture looks awesome. I'm saying in the moment you looked really good. Pictures can really sometimes just capture like something that I didn't even see that all night. So that's just like weird to me. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. I was like, Dave's like, let me see the picture. I said, no. But then he's like, well, I want to see what I look like. I'm like, okay, here.
Is that what you're like?
Yes, that's what I was like.
Did he like what he looked like?
He never said nothing.
That's pretty hard on himself. He's like, oh man, even if I think everyone's like that. Like, I look terrible in this picture, and then everyone's like, no, you don't. Like, grandma never wants to be in a picture ever. And she's the cutest, like, 70-year-old woman ever. And I'm thinking, man, if I looked like her at 70, I'd want to be in a picture. But then thinking about myself at 25, I didn't want pictures. And I was like, man, that's really cute, 25-year-old.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, I finally am doing a lot better because I went years, and so I have a lot of years where I have no pictures of even me with you guys and stuff.
Why, you just
because
went
because I hated what I looked like in pictures, so I finally just gave it up. The same as with a bathing suit. I think I probably went like when I was way skinny. I mean, not skinny, but way smaller than I am now. I went probably like 7 years where I didn't wear bathing suits. And so I missed out on stuff. And it's like, I finally like thought I'm not going to miss out. Like, I'm going to wear a bathing suit. I'm still going to go in the pools. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to take pictures, you know, and that kind of stuff. I should have looked at that picture because I would have put something that stood different or whatever, like taking it.
We had a stranger taking it though. So, you know, we didn't ask that.
Yeah.
I didn't look at him either until you asked me to, like a day later.
And then, so I am a lot better at pictures and stuff like that, but I also will move and I tell Nicole when I'm looking, I'm like, look to see if my stomach looks horrible.
You look really cute in most pictures though. You're very photogenic.
But I don't usually wear stuff that's skin tight on my stomach and stuff like that. And that dress kind of was
silk.
Clingy.
It was silk. And so I think that shows like everything.
So anyways,
you would have just put your feather boa right there, right? Or your, what's it called? Fur shawl.
Or just stood different. Yeah. Yeah. Anything.
Well, okay. So I do think like as a photographer, so a lot of times I make my mom get pictures like for her getting her picture taken. I like get signed up for all the pictures everywhere all the time. And, so it's kind of good when I'm there because I know my mom and then I can just be like, oh mom, you won't like this. So just like put your shoulder up or move your arm a little bit this way or whatever. So that's kind of nice, isn't it? Yeah,
because sometimes she'll like, if I don't get a look at them at all, because there is some people that don't like let you see their pictures at all. And then I'll hate 10 out of 11 of them. Like there'll be one picture.
And it could have just been one small fix.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm very, very, when I take people's pictures, I immediately, and I don't even say you won't like stuff, like I just kind of like move them or do the thing, so that.
Yeah, I say that because you're my mom.
Oh, I know. Well, I tell you won't like it too. But I'm just saying, I'm just like very, no, but I'm saying they can subtly like fix it, like you stand here, you stand here.
I love photographers that do that because some do not. And then you get the photos back and you're like, why is my collar flipped over?
Why do I have 3 chins because I'm laughing and got my neck down? Tell me to lift my chin. I mean, because you know how many times I've been in places where they're like, tilt your chin a little bit up. Yeah, that's because they can see 3 necks.
You know who's really good in the area is Janelle, my neighbor. Janelle, what is it? Portrait Expressions or something. We got our Christmas pictures there and like, I loved that she was so hands-on. Like, my tights were looking weird in one spot. Like, she didn't have to tell me. She told me. My hair was in my face one time. It was like, I was like, man, I love this. She was quick. And she told me, she's like, I love that. Like, I like to just don't worry about hurting my feelings because if I don't like your pictures, that's going to be worse. And you're not going to hurt my feelings. Like, everyone, I get it. Like, I just hate when I spend a bunch of money on pictures and then I get it back and, it's like, even like sometimes it's literally my collar is like not out,
Or sometimes it's like your shirt rose way up above your, it's supposed to be long and all of a sudden it's like because I was holding arrow. So my thing come up and nobody tells me to put my shirt back down or something. And it's like.
Or you have a piece of hair sticking up like this.
Yeah, it's just
and boys Victor will not notice. So you have to count on.
I like when I can just go peek at a picture and say, oh, no, I'm doing something different, just 1 second, to...
Mom is a selfie queen, though. She looks good in selfies.
Because it's only in my face.
But you have really good skin. That's why I don't really like selfies. They're not bad, but... What else you got on that list for us?
I got lots of stuff. Oh, I'm gonna brag up Nicole, or what is that stuff called? The Thorn Collagen Plus. My hair is so thick. Like, I am like
the thickest you think it's been in like 10, 15 years, or
I think
because you had COVID hair loss, correct?
Yes, I think it's honestly like the thickest since I've been a teenager.
Oh my
gosh. That thick. Like, I cannot believe I used to wrap my ponytail 4 times. Now I only wrap it 2 times. And the only thing, like, I started taking that, I was taking a different collagen before, just like whatever ones, like
I told you.
And then I switched to, this is my 3rd. I just got it in. It was actually on back order. So I had to wait, and it came in 2 days ago, and I didn't even get to drink any today. I have to do that.
It's like what's the flavor though? It's like berry. It's the pink one that we like.
Yeah, but anyways, I cannot believe my hair. I think I told you guys a few weeks ago when I got my hair highlighted before Florida.
This is not sponsored, by the way.
Before Florida, I had and she's like, oh my gosh, do you see how much new growth you have? Like, almost half the length of my hair was new hair. And I'm like, well, I know it's really thick. And she like pulled it up and showed me. She goes, because I was like, don't do anything extra. I don't want my hair to fall out. And she's like, no, you have a lot of hair. And since then, and that's only been a month, I cannot even believe how thick. And Jesse's fiance, I said it to her last time, and she noticed, and she actually ordered Thorn. She's the one that texted me and said it's back in real quick.
I do have a code. Mom will put it on Facebook because it gives you like $9 off, you said, or something.
Well, actually,
or how does it work?
Yeah, I didn't know. She said she didn't have a code. I asked her, but
I went have an affiliate link, so it helps me. If you use it.
But no, you do though. But when you go on the Instagram and use it, she really does have a code. It just automatically puts it in there for you.
Oh, okay.
You do. It's just you don't type in a code. You actually go and click on
with the link.
So you'd have to be your link. But if you are having any issues, and they have 2 different ones, and one's
unflavored. So if you don't want a flavor at all, that's probably for you.
But one's called Collagen Plus, and one's not. And I've been using the Plus one.
And so what I want to tell you guys about this really quick is because this is my 2nd year with Thorn products. Because I went to my chiropractor. I started going when I was pregnant. And she is the smartest doctor ever. And that's the only brand she carries on her shelf. So she got me started on it. My manager saw me always with it in the background of my stories, etc. She reached out to the company. And since then, I've been able to partner with them. But I just want to tell you that spending the extra money on these vitamins or collagen or whatever you want is so worth it, because if you're going to Walmart and you're buying vitamin D or whatever, all that stuff in there is not actually working, where Thorn, it actually works. I don't know. I've read a lot of research on it. And so for those of you who think you're like saving money, you're just putting like sugar into your body, not actual vitamins. So I just want to say that I feel like even if you spread the vitamins out to last longer or the collagen to last longer, it's a lot better than if you're using just like generic products. Yeah, and they sell them in Whole Foods and you know how like picky Whole Foods is.
And I'm like, I think any collagen's better than no collagen, just because want to know the fun. But I'm like, when she told me to switch to the Thorn, that's when I noticed the huge, huge difference. And I'm not going to take a break on it now, because I actually use the other collagen in Dave shakes, and I hog because Dave has really thick hair and doesn't, just so I give him whatever the other kinds. I have a couple other kinds, and they go in his shake, and the Thorn is the only one that I use in mine. And when I was actually waiting, I went and snuck some from Nicole's house. So I haven't had to use a different kind in, I'm going to say like almost
3 months,
2 months plus,
and
going on my 3rd.
And I want to say, if the vitamins that you're getting are like cheaper, it's because they're using cheaper products that aren't good for you. Just kind of like how Red Dye 40 is super bad. It's in like everything. That's what you're probably taking. Anyways, rant over. I just want to explain it to you guys.
But yes, if anybody wants, I can put the link to go up to it. And it did give you, as she actually ordered hers first and texted me and said, there is because she asked me, is there a discount code? And I said, Nicole said she doesn't have one. And then when she went through, she goes, yeah, there is. It's right on the, it's right on there. It takes 15% off of your order. I was like, oh, cool. So then when I went and did it, and
in the morning,
and then when I ordered it, I got it less than 48 hours later.
Yeah.
It was quick.
So I want to tell you, I take B12 in the morning, vitamin D. I take my prenatal, and I take Ferrosorb, which is a good iron supplement from them, and I take my probiotic. I take all that in the morning, and then at night I just take my magnesium from Thorne.
And what is that one Thorne you just gave me that you said I needed D?
Yeah, you have vitamin D 1000.
I'm going to start taking. I have not started taking them yet.
You need B12 too, because you used to have to get B12 shots.
Yeah, I have them up there. I just haven't started taking any of them. Nicole gives Dave Thorne Men's. The only thing about them is you got to take more than one pill a day. So Dave will go back and forth, but he uses those too. I think it wants you to take like 5 a day.
Actually, I think I'm going to pitch to Thorne next time a family reel, and we'll talk about what we each all use, because I do think even my anxiety and stuff is a lot better. And you never know, it could just be from like actually getting the magnesium in my body, not just, you know how there's like sugar coated magnesium chewies? I used to take those. It's like, I don't think that's good for you.
I know. And I take sugar. I chew them sugar immunity sometimes, just if I'm going on like an airplane or something, and they're like sugar coated immunity vitamins. Yeah. I do sometimes chew them if I'm going away, like on a trip or any of that kind of stuff. But
invest in your health. There's really nothing better to invest in.
Well, and I'm like I said, I am not one that just go. I'm just talk. I put it on my list today because I love it. I cannot believe it's just nice having. I really want my mom to do it because my mom's hair is really thinning, and I really want my mom to start taking, because I just cannot believe the difference. I'm just being honest. From going from 4 times around with the rubber band to going 2 times around at the top is a huge difference.
You were so scared to like do anything.
I was scared to comb my hair.
Yeah, because.
And they said you're not supposed to put a lot of ponytails in your hair to like pull them out. And I do still put them, it isn't like I quit putting ponytails, and I still put a ponytail in my hair every single day.
And is it falling out less too?
I have nothing coming out.
It's awesome. I
have no like hair loss at all. Like no, I used to have in the brush and the comb. I have no hair loss. You need to. You have a lot of hair, but you forget to take your collagen sometimes, don't you? You don't do it every day. What do you do it like 3 or 4 days a week?
I don't think I've missed my magnesium supplement from them in over a year. I take that every night, but sometimes I miss other things. But I did have the collagen today. I have that, and I have the greens and almond milk and peanut butter I just put in today.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Ashley just mixes it with water and says it's really good.
Oh yeah, she sent us a picture yesterday. That's what I'm gonna do when I get off here. She just mixed it with water. I love, like I think I talked about it before, the magic bullet. 2 minutes, shove all your stuff in there, turn it, makes a shake. Well, it only comes with 2 plastic things, and I took one to Nicole's last week when I took my shake there, so I only have one. So if I make Dave's and he takes it in the morning, then I don't have a cup to make anything for myself.
Like a cup, like the Marine Dive Team cup that Victor gave him. That's transfer it.
I know, and I didn't, and that's why. So that's the only reason I didn't have a shake today.
I didn't know you forgot it at my house.
I'll grab it tomorrow when I'm there, but that's why I hadn't mixed one, because you have to have that special cup to fit on the top of it. And I sent it to work with Dave, and then when he got home, it was already. I wasn't ready for a shake then, but I'm going to drink my collagen as soon as I get off, just because I just remembered.
Good idea, Mom.
Good idea. I love
I'm happy.
I love
for
having my hair not falling out.
I didn't know you wanted to talk about that. I'm really happy that you really love it.
I do. Ashley must. I can't wait to hear what she thinks in 30 days. Do you know what I'm saying? Although I think Ashley has very nice hair, and I don't notice.
She does. I didn't notice that she would need it at all.
No.
And I guess I don't necessarily need it. I have super thick hair. I think there's more benefits than just hair. And also, like when Victor worked with someone at his other job for the Michigan State Police, though, he ran into a woman and she was taking it and said, I love this stuff. Nicole got me onto it. It just makes me feel good, like when it makes somebody's life better and they found out of it, because I'm talking about it and I'm glad because you're the evidence.
Because you were like, I was being a little bit sassing back with her when she was like I was like, my collagen's fine. I have this other kind. And I was telling her
there's only 12 servings in a whole container. I'm like, okay, you're going to go buy a new one every 12 days.
And you had to put 2 scoops in. This one, you only have to put 1 scoop. Otherwise it was 2 scoops, the other stuff. And I was like, no, my stuff.
That's not how she was saying it. She's like, no, I like my stuff. I'd like to put it in my coffee.
Oh, yeah, because I was actually putting it in my coffee, too.
And it clumps up in your coffee.
And I was like, which it did, like, help with the hair loss and stuff.
It wasn't a bad brand. It was a brand I worked with prior, but it just didn't compare to Thorne. And I listened to my Dr. Michaela talk about, like, the difference in the vitamins and stuff. So then I come home, and who else do I have to tell besides my mom? So I'm just preaching to her about it, and she doesn't want to hear it. But
I was like, I don't want to spend that. But it's literally it was no shipping, and it was $60. They gave $9 off, which they have a $50 one, the other one. I got the $60 one because I like this one. And it's the plus. So anyways, and then $9 off, it was $51 and nothing else. And that's not bad for a whole month.
What is there, like 40
for
servings?
A whole month, 30. But that's only that's less than $2 a day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm worth it.
Would you pay $2 a day to make your hair thicker?
Well, it's just to make my whole body. It's not even just my hair. It's making my skin. I feel like my skin's looking better. And I found, I was going through a bunch of Nicole's products that she gets or whatever in the mail. And I found some skin collagen stuff too. And I started putting that just on my skin 3 days ago. And I can already tell a difference. I can tell a difference in this already.
That's the Beauty Pie stuff that I worked with. And I love it too. I use it at night.
But look at my crease in my head. And I only used it 3 days. It feels like it's getting better.
It is.
I was like, I looked it up and I'm like, sometimes when she gets products, I look online to see like how much they cost and that kind of stuff. And then the reviews of them, because I don't use a lot of stuff on my skin. And I was like, I'm keeping this one. I said, can I have this? She said, yeah, you can have it. And so I've been using that.
No. So what we'll do is we'll probably just keep going and we'll probably make this 2 episodes. You cool with that, Mom?
Oh, just keep going and then you're going to cut it off?
Yeah, we'll cut it in half.
Okay.
So
should we say bye?
Okay, sure. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Part 2 of this episode will be coming next week. And we hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.